first point of the championship. Here we go.
And that's going to be the story the whole afternoon. Pete serving hard to Andre's great return. Seeing what Pete can do there with that first volley.
Picking up his first ace, 128 miles an hour. It's been 3 years since these two have played in a Grand Slam tournament final. 99 Wimbledon. Sampras won that in straight sets. He has a 3-1 advantage over Agassi in their head-to-head matches in Grand Slam finals.
Pete has a slight advantage with that little serve of his on the grass, right?
Slight. Big advantage. But again, it's the great thing about this rivalry. The strength of Sampras is the serve, the strength of Agassi, the return. So Pete Sampras holding it love to start this championship.
Sam, you just feel that everything is panning out Pete's way. The way the semifinals went yesterday, Agassi having a very, very rough match against a #1 seed and #1 player in the world, Leighton Hewitt. And today they started a bit later, and the shadows already starting to cover the Arthur Ashe Stadium here, and it's better for Pete, I would say.
And Sampras having a little more time to rest after that semifinal. Agassi having to cover a lot of ground against Hewitt yesterday. Love one. Of course, Andre Agassi still at the top of men's tennis. This is his first Grand Slam final since 2001 Australian Open. Won his 7th Grand Slam title down under.
Agassi with a little serving of his own here.
Now 30 love for Agassi. So each player getting up 40 love in his opening service game. See if Agassi can match Sampras and hold from this point. Player does indeed hold it love to start this match. 1-all. Andre Agassi's 5th U.S. Open final. He's 2-2 in finals here at the U.S. Open. Champion in '94 and '99.
Whoa, 129 mile per hour serve.
Both guys coming out firing.
It's like an old shoe playing each other, you know. They just feel so comfortable, and they
really
play
does.
great. They play great because they know what to expect. It's just a matter of who is going to execute better.
Agassi asked about playing Sampras in his post-match press conference yesterday. Said he was absolutely thrilled to be playing Pete. He made the comment that he's a Pete Sampras fan. He pulls for Pete all the time. And of course, when they're not playing each other. Sampras has yet to drop a point on serve to start this match. This is Pete Sampras's 8th U.S. Open final. He's tied with Yvonne Lindell in 3rd place for the most U.S. Open finals. It's 4-3 at this stage in the Open. Well, the server has not lost a point so far in this championship. Sampras leads 2-1. Andre Agassi, seeded 6th, serving at 1-2 first set. You can see the shadow on the court removed from left to right on your screen. So as Agassi serves this ball, it begins in the sun and ends in the shade, depending on where he puts it.
It doesn't look like he's going to use the same tactic as he did in the last couple of matches, which was to get in as soon as he could. He looks pretty relaxed back there in the baseline here with Agassi. He's going to have a long afternoon if it stays there.
Well, again, the server has not dropped a point. And we are heading toward finishing our 4th game. Agassi up 40-love. Remember last year in the quarterfinals, neither player was broken the entire match. 4 tiebreakers.
That's incredible between these two.
Not only is no one broken, the returner has yet to win a point, and it's 2-all. It's been 6 years since Pete Sampras last won the U.S. Open title. If he could win today, it would be the longest span ever between title holders. Agassi was a winner in '94 and then '99, so this would be 1 year longer than that if Sampras could pull it off. Finally, the server dropping a point. Sampras missing on the forehand.
Look at how far inside Agassi is for this shot, and Sampras trying to put it too close to the line, misses there.
30-15.
Wow. Agassi dialed into that return. He was there all the way. And after playing a slow server like Hewitt, it's a big change of pace playing Sampras, but Agassi doesn't take very long to get used to the serve.
And now 30-all. It's really the first time in the match the returner's had even a chance against the server.
Sampras calling the net as usual. Excellent manner. He had to hit a very low volley here, and Agassi going for the down the line passage just didn't put enough mustard on it.
So with this, Sampras gets to game point, 40-30, 2-all first set.
Great return once again by Agassi. Too short, the half volley by Pete Sampras. Agassi's very, very far inside the baseline returning that serve.
Sampras guessing the wrong way. And now we will see our first deuce of this championship. And Agassi all over it. Couldn't lift it over the net. Now another game point for Sampras to try to stay a game ahead here in this opening set.
An understatement to say that Pete's going to have to serve very well to win this match.
And Sampras ends the game with ace number 5 and stays ahead 3-2. This is a match between the two best hardcourt players of the Open era. Andre Agassi with 40 hardcourt titles, Sampras with 35. It's top 2.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Pete Sampras finding the net there, and Andre has to be careful. That's going to be the strategy.
Pete Sampras' first point returning.
Last year's matchup, there were 9 break points in all, 6 for Sampras and 3 for Agassi. Pretty impressive stat.
It is. That was just a match for the ages. These two, they bring out the best in each other. Agassi serving big. He's already got 2 aces. He had a total of 7 aces over 4 sets against Leighton Hewitt yesterday. And more 40-15 for Andre Agassi.
Pete with that slapping forehand that has worked so good for him these 2 weeks here at the US Open. Agassi trying to find his backhand, but that one Pete was able to get around.
40-30. And Agassi finishes the game off with his 3rd ace. And it's 3-all. 6 games there in 16 minutes. We're at a pretty fast pace here in this opening set. And 132 miles an hour.
Man is warming up. Six aces for Sampras, 3 for Agassi.
And Nico, a lot of people compare this rivalry to the John McEnroe, Jimmy Connors rivalry, which featured 34 matches over 15 years. Your feelings on that?
Well, I think this is even better because these 2 guys are just born months apart. And ever since the start of their career, they were going at each other's throat.
It's a little bit of a more friendly rivalry between the 2 players as well.
2 very different characters over there as well.
They're certainly not best friends, but have a lot of mutual respect and admiration for each other.
I think with time, they're going to become better friends. Right now, they just cannot afford to be. Plus, it wouldn't be good publicity, would it? You see the replay. Great serve by Pete Sampras.
Before this match started, when they broke up at the net, Sampras said, "Let's have a good one." They're very open in their respect for one another's games, but have said that if they each woke up in the other's body, they would probably be miserable. Sampras keeping Agassi in this game. Makeable volley.
Type of mistakes you cannot afford to do. Pete Sampras with the easy forehand. Agassi reading it well, always inside the court, taking away time for Pete Sampras. Not too effective at the net, Sampras. 6 out of 11, 55%. Needs to be better than that.
Still game point. And the ace finishes off Andre Agassi in the 7th game of the match, and it's Sampras who stays ahead 4-3 in the opening set. Last year having to go through 3 former U.S. Open champions to get to the finals. Said it took not only a physical toll but a very emotional toll, especially the Agassi match. Hasn't really had that this year.
Every time they play, it's a final for them. Oh, great shot.
And Sampras giving Agassi a little dose of his own medicine there.
Pete's forehand has just been tremendous these 2 weeks. A lot of power and a lot of confidence. Usually he spreads them around a little bit, but they're pretty consistent.
15 all.
Nope, just wide. In the most dominating years Pete Sampras had, that running forehand cross court was his trademark shot. Pete Sampras with an opening here.
A lot of fans just starting to realize that that ball was called out. Now the first chance for Pete Sampras. 2 break points on the Agassi serve.
Typical Pete Sampras shape, but at 3-all he turns the jets on, and now with a break point and a chance to close out the set with his serve coming up.
15-40 at 3-4 in the opening set.
Ooh.
He misses it, and Pete Sampras grabs a break of serve and now will serve for the opening set, much to the delight of his wife and these fans. 23,000 fans here in Arthur Ashe Stadium cheering on every point. It's a great day for American tennis. And now Agassi in danger of losing this first set. Sampras serving for the set. Sampras has won the last 5 sets against Andre Agassi.
It's about to be 6.
Was in his first double fault, however, just to add a little drama. 15 all. As if we needed more. And now Sampras up to 10 aces in this opening set.
See how Sampras is spraying the serve around. The first time he went to the tee, now going out wide.
Sampras yesterday with 23 aces against Schalken. Already with 10 in the opening set. A couple of more points to come.
Wow. 11.
109 miles an hour, but Very tricky serve, Nico.
This is the first one on a second serve, but out of the 17 first serves that Pete made, 11 were aces. That's a lot of aces in one set against Andre Agassi especially.
And now 2 set points for Pete Sampras, 40-15. Late call, called out. Sampras will have to go to the second serve.
Think he's going to go for this one?
He always does. The only points Agassi has gotten in this game have come from Pete Sampras' double faults.
Oh, but if your ratio is positive, I mean, why not keep serving bombs?
And that's what he does. Win or lose. Says he's always going for it. Still a set point at 40-30. Agassi making the most of those double faults. Pushes Sampras to deuce.
Just try to guide that volley instead of hitting it. Bit tentative there, Pete.
So 2 set points have evaporated for Sampras. Instead, he now must serve at deuce at 5-3 in the first.
Oh, Pete took a bit off of that serve. Out wide, and Andre made him hit a low return, and Sampras missing 2 volleys in a row now.
And now the first break point for Agassi in this set. At a very crucial time.
Wow.
The second serve ace on the line up the middle.
The only shot Pete's got to beat Andre is to serve very, very big, and that's exactly what he's doing. Look how far inside Andre is there, and if Pete doesn't serve right on the line, Andre will be all over it.
And Sampras slowing down a bit now.
Well, he hasn't made any first serves in the past 5 points. Actually, he made one, but he was at 98 miles per hour, so it didn't count.
Another second serve.
Another big second serve by Sampras.
And now another set point. He's up 40-15 in this game. This will be his 3rd set point of the game.
Ouch.
It's tough duty, being on that center line. And Pete Sampras takes the opening set.
50.
Sampras firing off a 130-mile-an-hour ace, his 13th of the match.
Pete taking over right where he left off, and when you have a server in a rhythm like that, you have to try and break it somehow, and the best way is to make a few returns. Agassi standing way inside the line, and Agassi just hitting them past him. And here we go, Agassi standing a little bit further back. Maybe that will change a thing or two. Trying to put some balls in the court.
Now quickly 40 love for Sampras.
40 love.
Andre Agassi with more appearances at the U.S. Open than any other man in this year's draw. This is his 17th U.S. Open. He's been playing here since '86.
Oh, sweet.
And it's Sampras, who's looking good. He now leads 3-1 in the second set.
That 1990 final was 6-4, 6-3, 6-2 for Sampras. And this match so far reminds me a lot of that match. I mean, there's nothing Andre can do if an attacking player, a dominant player like Pete, is firing in all cylinders.
In 95, Sampras won it in 4 sets. Of course, last year Sampras taking the 4-set victory.
So basically, he owns him here at the Open. That's a factor the bookmakers will take a note of.
Just long. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here at the National Tennis Center, Flushing Meadows, New York. Two of the game's greatest of all time, Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras. Sampras playing for a 14th Grand Slam title, Agassi playing for an 8th. Well, Agassi staying with Sampras. But it's Sampras who still enjoys a 1-break lead here in the second.
He's just off. I mean, that's a return he should make 9 or 8 out of 10 times. Just been missing it today. Again, another missed return of a Sampras returnable serve, 94 miles per hour out wide. Just not hitting the ball off the center of the racket, which was what he did, especially in the first 4 matches.
And now Sampras, 40 love. He's only dropped 4 points when he gets that first serve in. It's 130 miles an hour. And it's Sampras with yet another easy hold. And he now leads 4-2 here in the second set. Nico, since you did grow up with both of these guys, at what point in your life did you realize that both of these guys were going to be great, great players?
Wow.
I would have to ask you that just before the longest point of the match.
Well, Agassi took off way before Pete. 1997, there at the end, winning that tournament in Itaparica for his first ATP Tour title on a court similar to this. And, you know, he was the first sensation, very flamboyant, very great player. And right off the bat, you knew he was going to be good. He just had so much confidence in himself ever since he was a little kid. we would ask him what he was going to do, and he said, you know, I'm going to win countless tournaments, and I'm going to be, you know, the best ever. And Pete Sampras, much more low-key, hard worker. Probably expected Andre to be better than Pete, but Pete kept working at it, and just when he grew up, when he got stronger, his serve just got so good. And then he surprised everybody winning that 1990 US Open, and he was great since then.
Yeah.
Hasn't stopped since.
Agassi getting his first point in this game. And now levels it at 30-all.
The year after he won that title, people were questioning his desire. He wasn't working that hard, and he didn't win another Grand Slam for a couple of years, but he knew it was in him, and when he started again, then he continued for a while and still doing so.
And now Sampras with a break point, a chance to get up 2 breaks in this second set, and more importantly for him, a chance to close out the set if he can win this.
It's not getting it done today.
So Pete Sampras will serve for a 2-sets-to-love lead after the changeover. And now, Nico, you get a sense these fans want to see Agassi pull back.
See if he's able to give him something to cheer for, though.
That's the first point of this game. And now Sampras falls down love 30, but again, he does have a 2-break lead on Agassi here in this second set, so a break here would not be devastating. Over the course of his career, that love 30 situation just has not been the same thing to Pete Sampras as it has been to another player. That serve has been able to bail him out throughout his career. And now Andre Agassi will see 2 break points. He's had just 1 break chance so far in this match.
Agassi staying put for that return instead of rushing forward as he usually does, and be able to see that serve a lot better now.
So 2 chances for Agassi now if he needs them. One down.
30-40.
And Sampras saves both break points.
Deuce.
And we'll go to deuce. So Agassi is now 0 for 3 in break chances against Sampras. Sampras has converted on 3 of his 4 opportunities. Again, Sampras serving for the set here at 5-2. Now deuce.
Oh, great return. Agassi able to hook it in.
Advantage Agassi.
Good white serve. Andre lounging. Ball landing just inside the sideline.
And now another break point for Agassi.
Nope.
It's wide. So Agassi gets one of the breaks back.
And the crowd likes it.
Sampras leads 5-3.
Well, these fans just cheering for a close match. Now Agassi has pulled back to within 1 break of Sampras, but he still has 1 more to overcome.
Agassi just not moving for that ball when Pete defends very deep. Not getting it done with the legs.
Kieran Cahill, Andre Agassi's coach.
Yeah, he's scratching his head all right. Great shot from Pete, catching the ball right in front of him on the rise. He's turning his shoulders. No chance for Agassi to react on time.
Sampras stays in the game, 30 all. Ace number 4 for Agassi gives him the game point.
Oh.
Just long. And so Agassi hangs in there. It'll be Pete Sampras serving once again to try to close out this second set. The winner of this will be the oldest U.S. Open champion since 1970. Ken Rosewall won the title that year at 35 years old. Agassi again at 32, Sampras at 31.
Back to business as usual for Pete Sampras.
Well, the pace of play has definitely slowed down. Sampras taking a lot more time now. Agassi pacing up and back, as is his custom. Now Sampras 2 points from the set, 30 love. And now Pete Sampras with 3 set points to close Agassi out with a 2-set-to-love lead. And he does it. His 16th ace of the match gives him the second set. And Pete Sampras is now 1 set away from his 14th Grand Slam title. This is the 2002 U.S. Open Men's Singles Championship.
50 love.
That one got away from it.
30 love.
Agassi yesterday beating the defending champion Leighton Hewitt. 6th time in his career he's beaten a defending champion in a Grand Slam. And that may be a result of why he's not been sharp today.
Whew. That could be another one.
30.
What a rocket.
He's just been so good from the baseline, Nico.
Another one.
And there's just nothing Agassi can do about that. He's going to play like that. Nothing he can do. Good chance for Sampras now at 30 all. First game, third set. Agassi finally winning a baseline exchange.
No pop in Agassi's shots, even if he leans on them. Sampras gets there with no problem.
Now game point for Agassi. Be a big mental step for him to pick up this first game. Instead, he throws in a double fault, just his first of the match. And he keeps Sampras right in this opening game of the third. Deuce.
Wow.
How about that?
He squeezed it in.
Don't you think he's one of the best of all time at this shot?
Oh, yeah. He just stays with it. Ball was outside the court the whole way, and at the last minute hit the line.
Now game point for Agassi again. Agassi settles down and holds to start the third. But it's Sampras enjoying a two-set lead. And that 8th Grand Slam title for Agassi, if it happens, will have to occur in a 5th set. If he could win his 8th, he would move into a tie for 6th on the all-time Grand Slam list. Or Sampras sits atop that list with 13. I don't know if that's a record that will ever be broken. Certainly among today's players, you don't see anyone that could threaten that. Paul Annacone, Pete Sampras' coach, bringing him back this summer. Annacone was a good player, as high as number 12 in the world.
Yeah, he had his day in this court also. Played really good matches here. Beat John McEnroe here one year.
Sampras saying he brought Annacone back not to help him with forehands and backhands, but to help him to regain the confidence he had lost.
Paul wearing two hats in this couple of weeks because aside from being Sampras' coach, he's the USTA head of player development. So got to sit in a neutral corner. When Sampras plays an American, Pete can now be in Sampras' corner.
And Paul can't, right?
Nope.
So that happened in the Roddick match.
Yes.
Annacone was not sitting in the Sampras box for that one, for the reasons Nico described.
Wow. 126.
Ace number 18, 40 love. Sampras now with 40 winners. Again, 4 times as many as Agassi. And Sampras holds it love to even the third set. 1 game apiece.
This looks like Agassi doesn't feel he can return Sampras' serve, almost giving up on that one. Just coming with too much pace. Sampras doesn't repeat one destination of his serves. He's always changing them.
Well, Agassi just hanging around, absorbing these Sampras blows, hoping that at some point Sampras will start to falter a little bit.
Oh yes, Agassi never want to fade away in these situations. shot.
No faltering there. Sampras really going for a lot now off the return. And again, Sampras right there with Agassi on Agassi's serve, 30-all. Sampras looking for that crucial break here in the third set. Instead, it's Agassi with game point. Agassi continuing to stay in there. He holds for a 2-1 lead here in the third.
This is packed. People sitting on the stair.
One of the toughest tickets in sports today. Sampras throwing in his third double fault as we get back to New York and then show you our shot of Arthur Ashe Stadium. Perfect conditions to play this championship. The weather is great, of course. Weather was a story earlier in this U.S. Open. The men were actually a day behind. Sampras was caught up in that, having to play back-to-back. Usually you get a day off in these Grand Slams. As the tournament wore on, the weather got better, and Sampras was able to get a lot more rest.
Good wide serve by Sampras, no problem with the forehand volley.
All shapes, sizes, and colors.
Those two seats are not free. They just went to the bathroom.
Yeah. A game point for Sampras for 2-all, third set. Pushes it wide. And it's 2 games apiece here in the third set. Sampras with a 2-sets-to-love lead.
Look at Agassi from the back, just not getting there on time. Get the feeling that Pete can break it in any minute.
15.
Good serve at Sampras's body there. Agassi was broken once in the first set, twice in the second set. Now a little opening for Sampras at 15:30.
Pete said that they were aware that this could be the last time they meet in a final, not being so dominant as 5 years ago, and it would be even more special if he could win.
And Sampras making the most of the moment so far. Gives that one to Agassi, now 30 all. But still a point here for Sampras would give him a chance to break. Agassi, a chance to hold.
Pete with just tremendous power off the ground today, and they're getting to that ball no problem, and with great feel.
And Agassi not even making an effort at this one.
Well, he knew it was coming. That forehand was just huge. Agassi barely getting there, and look at Pete in there with plenty of time.
Now deuce. Difficult game for Agassi, but a hold nonetheless. And Agassi stays in front here in the third, but we're on serve.
15.
And now 20 aces for Pete Sampras. And he had 23 yesterday against Schalken.
Yeah, a much longer match.
Yep.
The crowd getting fired up by the Agassi passing shot.
I want to see some more tennis. Get Agassi going here.
Not a bad volley by Pete, but Andre got there in a hurry this time.
Now 15 all.
People get excited because Agassi is at 15 all.
See if Agassi can feed off this crowd a little bit.
Back comes Pete with a big serve.
He doesn't let him.
Hard shot to the body. Sampras cannot control. Not enough with that forehand ball. He couldn't put any pace. Agassi leaning on that ball with a lot of power.
Now a chance here for Agassi at 30 all. And Agassi all over the return to set up break point.
This could bring a turnaround to events. It's all confidence here.
30-40 at 2-3 in the third.
Oh, and Agassi guessed right. He left way before the serve, and Pete barely putting this volley in, but covering the net as usual. Tight moments of the match here.
Sampras fights off the break point. And now it's deuce.
Now the great return by Agassi.
Keeping that ball at Sampras's feet.
Agassi pumping himself up here.
And now another break point for Agassi.
Oh, too big. Right in the corner. This has been the story. Every time he calls upon it.
You can see now Agassi's actually had more chances to break than Sampras. But it's Sampras who has made the most of his opportunities. Another second serve coming from Sampras. And a double fault will give Andre Agassi a third break point in this game.
See where he serves now. He went once to the forehand, once to the backhand. Will he go to the body or will he go to the tee? The tee has been his favorite serve throughout his career when he's in the tight spots. There it is.
You called it. Ace number 22.
Van Landel used to do that, and Sampras, great student of the game, knows that that's the best place to go. Even if your opponent knows it, you have the bigger chance of winning the point if you serve there.
Third deuce. So Sampras, it's fighting and fighting. And now with game point to level the third set at 3-all. This crowd is swinging around to the Agassi side just for the sake of making sure these guys stay out here a while longer.
Sampras guessed right, but couldn't put it over the net.
And it's Agassi who stays alive in the game. Sampras suddenly not looking as sharp up there.
Wow, great return by Agassi, and Sampras did not hit that ball with the middle of the racket, but still went in.
And just great hands.
Just take a look at this replay here. Oh.
As again, bottom of the frame there.
Little body language.
But Sampras has just been too tough. And he closes out the game 3-all. And how frustrating must it be for Andre Agassi now?
Well, if he's going to take it in a negative way, yes. But if he can take it in a positive way, which is the way he should be looking at things right now, you know, he had a pretty good game against Pete Serve. He got a few of them back and made Pete think a little bit. And here, towards the end of the third set, you know, he could be getting to a bit of a rhythm in the return.
Agassi changing rackets.
The balls.
Agassi has had 7 break points in this match. You see the net points there. And he's only been able to convert once. And now serving at 3-all, third set.
Better still for Sampras. Pete likes the pace. He likes the strong shots around Agassi so he can carve him up and play him at will, using the short one to come in.
This match now 90 minutes old. (2002) U.S. Open Men's Singles Championship on the line here at the National Tennis Center. Andre Agassi with ace number 5 to get to a 40-love lead. Sam Gore along with Nicholas Pereira. Happy you're with us. Matchup of two of the greatest of all time. So far it's been mostly Pete Sampras. Sampras up 2 sets to love. Agassi serving at 40-15, 3-all, third set. Agassi continuing to hold. It was much easier, but it's Sampras who's up by 2 sets.
I think the new balls are going to favor Pete here in this next few games, but you also feel around the stadium that the last couple of games gave Agassi a bit of a momentum boost.
Agassi needs it. He has not been sharp. As you said, been pretty flat. And a quick 30-love lead now for Sampras. Sampras forcing Agassi to have to go for the winners. Agassi has just not been able to pull it off very often today. Sampras now serving at 40-love to try to get to 4-all here in the third set. So an easy hold for Sampras as we're getting down to the dramatic stages of the third set, 4-all.
Agassi played a fine 2 games last changeover, and he came out here, didn't move his feet for that last return, and we're at the stage of this match where Andrew cannot afford to make another mistake.
Another break for Sampras would allow Sampras to serve for the match.
Pete putting the pressure now on the second ball. And a good return off the Agassi second serve, but waited to come in. Oh, huge return, but Agassi played it beautifully.
That was only the 5th time Agassi has come into the net in this match.
Look how he stayed down through the bounce there. Easy put away. Agassi now still perfect at the net, 5 for 5. You wonder why he doesn't come in a little more.
Compare that to 57 trips to the net for Sampras.
38 points won. That's not a bad stat right there. And Agassi opening the door now for Sampras.
30 all. A must-have point here for Agassi to avoid going down a break point. Killer Cahill.
Big moments of the match right now for Andre Agassi.
Clutch point for Agassi. Now 40-30. Chance to stay ahead. And he gets through it. Andre Agassi finding a way to hold serve. And he takes a 5-4 lead. Now Sampras must hold to stay in this third. And Sampras starts this 10th game of the third set with his 25th ace. Fans getting so desperate now, cheering on the double faults. Really wanting Agassi to get back in this.
Some of them even cheering on the faults. Ooh, just wide.
Called out, but Agassi guessed correctly. However, it's Sampras with the point.
Huge second serve by Pete Sampras, 116 miles per hour, and that ball going out at the last minute, but the correct call by the line judge. Some people don't like the call.
Of course, they don't have the benefit of replay.
Agassi gets up. Guessing right again, Sam.
You can see him crouching down, getting in position to hit this.
Good love by Agassi here off a tough shot. Sampras, as usual, great overhead, but Agassi just too quick to respond.
And now 30 all. Agassi 2 points from the set.
He wins his next 2 points, could make a match out of this. What? Guess what?
Denied again by the serve of Sampras. 26 aces.
It's huge so far, Sampras, especially the timing of the serves.
Just breaking the Agassi momentum. And now game point. Just to make it 5 all in the third set. Sampras up 2 sets to love. Agassi keeps fighting back. Sampras getting hit a lot of first serves on this point. And Chris, our chair umpire from the state of Arizona.
Again, Sampras with the big second serve, and how many times is he going to pull it off?
Well, he's been asked about it a lot this week. Why he continues to do that. And he says, that's just how I play. When I'm confident, I'm going for that second serve just like I go for the first, win or lose.
Great John Newcomb said once that a tennis player is as good as his second serve, and none better than this guy's right here. Once more, Sampras does it.
So Sampras holds, but it seems to be getting harder and harder for each guy. At the moment, it's 5-all, third set. And now Agassi with all the pressure.
Just get a feeling that with the tradition and the history that these two guys have in this game, this match cannot finish in 3 sets, but I bet Pete has other ideas.
Yeah. And now Sampras. Love 30.
Good serve by Agassi, but look at the return by Pete Sampras, just slapping it by.
Really a must-win point for Agassi. And he gets it. But again, he must win this next point. Agassi must to avoid Sampras getting another break point. 15-30.
We're playing under pressure here by Andre Agassi with the short ball, and Miss Agassi there looking a little anxious.
She should be used to this by now.
Come on, Steph. Stop kicking the foot.
5-time U.S. Open champion herself.
Oh, huge shot there.
Agassi has taken the last 3 points to rally to game point, 40-30.
Sampras chipping the return deep, but Agassi going back behind Sampras. He was expecting the down the line shot.
With Sampras staying alive. I think there's a lot of feet kicking right now, Nico.
Everywhere.
A lot of nervous people here.
Oh. Sampras putting the pressure, but Agassi responding there with a good forehand to Sampras' feet. We see here in the replay how Sampras comes in on the short ball, but not able to control the Agassi passing shot.
And now game point for Agassi to stay 1 game ahead in the third. And he's got it. As I said, it hasn't been easy for either guy lately, but they're getting it done, and now Sampras must hold to avoid going to a fourth.
Oh, great half volley there. That was a tough shot to make because it came up high and Sampras was already committed to going in. But if somebody can do it, it's this man right here.
Sampras has only been broken 5 times in this entire tournament. He's won 118 out of 123 service games. But this one is huge. Two big first serves in a row from Sampras. Gets into 40-15. Now a chance to send this third set into a tiebreaker. It's packed Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Great return there by Andre Agassi, saying, not so fast, my friend. All of a sudden, a little bounce on Andre's step.
He just seemed to be waiting on that one. As if he knew where it was going before Sampras served. Still a game point, 40-30, 5-6 in the third. Sampras goes from being up 40-15 to deuce behind his 7th double fault. Five double faults in this third set alone for Sampras.
That was a gutsy play.
How close was that?
Too close for comfort. Good serve by Pete Sampras. Agassi again with a pretty decent return. He didn't hit it off the center of the racket, but Sampras with the drop volley.
And now game point again for Sampras.
Another great return by Agassi, and this Sampras second serve trying to come up a little short there.
Agassi reading it much better now. Still at deuce here at 5-6 in the third set. Sampras trying to get to a tiebreaker. Agassi trying to close out the third set.
Again, another serve down the middle. Agassi just not hitting them as crisp as he would like to. You see that cold sore there on Sampras's mouth. That's due to stress and nervousness this past 2 weeks. Ooh, very close.
Both players taking a second look. Second serve.
Again, I'm sorry, Agassi with a great return to Sampras's feet.
Well, the second serve, as you said, starting now to hurt Sampras a little bit. Sampras needs first serves. Third deuce.
What more can you say about this guy's serve? 60 winners for Sampras.
Now again, a chance to go to a third set tiebreaker.
That's in 30 games so far, an average of 2 winners a game. Right back at you.
Agassi just won't go away.
Agassi winning the points to the outside. Remember what we were talking about yesterday? Saying that the righty serves better to the deuce side is because he has that wide serve to just keep the receiver under pressure. Oh, and this crowd ready to go crazy if Agassi wins the next point.
Agassi sneaks it in, and now break point for Andre Agassi. And more importantly, it's set point.
Agassi with another great return, and this time the ball falls inside the court, and Miss Agassi can't watch.
Jeffrey Graf unable to look. Agassi trying to push this into a fourth set.
Big point. What a volley by Pete Sampras. I mean, the ball was getting away from him, and he was able to punch it deep enough for Agassi to have to defend.
So the fourth set put on hold.
Deuce number 5.
Both wives. Double fault from Sampras gives Agassi another set point. And the second serve of Sampras now all of a sudden a liability in this game.
Missed it.
We're going to a fourth set. Agassi stays alive. First point, fourth set.
I paid for the show. See how Sampras's body responds to the challenge. That would be very interesting. We know Mr. Agassi is in good shape.
Sampras has played at such a high level in this match. You know, it's Agassi, though, who seems to be picking his game up.
Here you see Gil Reyes, longtime Agassi friend and physical trainer. He's the guy that makes Agassi go up those hills in Vegas. And this is where it pays off.
Andre Agassi holds at love to start the 4th set.
You feel the wind going out of Pete Sampras' sails at this moment, and he needs to establish his serve in this game coming up. Very important.
Well, for Agassi to win, he'd have to do it in 5 sets. His last 5-set match at the U.S. Open was in the 1999 final. He defeated Todd Martin.
Oh, that was a good match, huh?
Agassi has a 5-2 win-loss record in 5-set matches here at the U.S. Open. But he has never come back from 2 sets to love down at the U.S. Open.
Remember that 2 sets to love comeback against Andre Medvedev to win the French?
French Open, that's right. That was really when Agassi just started coming back again, I guess. However many comebacks that was, but it has brought him to the present.
I think out of all the titles he won, probably that one is the one he enjoyed the most.
And certainly the one he expected the least.
Well, he had gotten to the finals twice before, and he thought he was going to win the clay court one because of his solid backcourt game, but he just kept on getting away from it.
And now Sampras trying to hold it love, just to send a message to Agassi that, hey, we're not going anywhere, just as strong.
27 aces. That's a lot of aces.
And Sampras indeed holds it love. And it's 1-all. So we're starting this 4th set like we started the match, with the server not losing any points.
He wishes he could have played that point in the set point. Strange what happened to him on that volley. He just didn't hit it right. And then he had a little jump there after the shot. Almost like if he was too nervous. I guess he's got to make the first serve, and if he wants to stay in this, Sampras going to put a lot of pressure on the second one.
Good determination in the Sampras face. Agassi has won the last 2 points, 30-15.
Oh, great point by Sampras. But even if Sampras won that point, that's what Andre Agassi is looking for. He's getting more power out of his ground strokes. Sampras is able to connect here with the unbelievable cross-court backhand.
And now 30-all.
You see that Sampras' stroke is much effortless than Agassi's. That's because Pete's racket is a lot heavier.
Sampras' wife, Bridget. And now Agassi with a game point to move ahead here in the 4th set.
Agassi with the little jog back to the chair.
And Agassi holds. He's up 2-1.
What a return. You see Agassi with a split step, just reacting on time, staying with the ball. No chance for Sampras to reach it. Had a chance.
And Sampras will have to raise it up another level because Agassi definitely returning better now.
That second serve only at 89 miles per hour, Sam. And against Andre Agassi, that's just not enough.
Double faulting continues for Sampras. He's now up to 9 double faults. And he gives Agassi a lead in this game, 15-30.
What happens is the legs are not there. We see the flag there, raised on top of the stadium, blowing in the direction that Sampras is serving right now. The thing with the legs is that if you don't have them, your second serve or your ground strokes don't go, and then if you try to force them, you end up making the mistakes.
Now 30 all. Still a good chance for Agassi here.
That's a risky proposition there from Sampras.
Agassi seems to be making more of an effort for these shots now. Earlier, he would just let that go.
I remember when you made a comment on in the second set, he didn't even try for it, and it seemed like he had a shot at it. Good shot.
It's getting harder and harder for Sampras on his serve. Agassi getting better and better. Back to deuce.
It was so close for Sampras in the third set. Great effort by Agassi getting to that shot, but Sampras just too good there at the net.
And Sampras closed in so close, making sure that that ball was not going to be returnable.
See, that first volley was very good, but Agassi made a good effort and a good lob at it too. He just went past this one, could not hit it deep enough, and no problem for Pete.
Sampras trying to get to 2-all here in the fourth set.
Oh. Agassi's starting to dominate more and more with the returns.
Take it.
He just hit that so solid that once it hit the tape, It just went over. He doesn't hit it with such conviction, the ball will not go.
And Sampras needing all the help he can get at this moment. Agassi's playing so much better. And again, a game point for 2-all. Sampras again winning the deuce points, losing the ad points.
I just feel that to the ad side, it's pointless to serve to Andre's backhand unless you're going to go for a big serve, because it's just so good, and he has the cross-court shot, which is a high percentage one to beat you with.
Well, the pattern continuing here, but can Sampras break it on the ad side?
He's got to go to the forehand this time.
I was taking your advice, but just missed it.
Not good enough. And Pete's starting to hang his head, and Agassi's starting to walk faster.
You can see Agassi's eyes getting so big here.
He sees the chance. He sees the opportunity. He knows he's got Sampras on the rope if he can only break him.
So fourth deuce now for Pete Sampras. Again, Agassi failing to win the deuce point. Sampras has been failing to win the points from this side.
Again, Sam. He's cat and mouse to that side.
Tension just continuing to build here. Deuce number 5.
The time keeps building also, and that's no good news for this man right here.
And it's just the 4th game of the 4th set. Approaching 2 hours and 20 minutes on court.
Nope.
And so Sampras finally blinks on the deuce side. And it's Agassi's turn. Break point. Jaden Gill, Steffi. Agassi's little boy. The whole family out here tonight.
There it was again. Went to the Agassi backhand. Great return. Unbelievable pickup by Pete Sampras, and actually shorter than he intended. The bread and butter shot there for Andre Agassi. Just got away with one there.
And who wants to win this game?
Sure, we both do.
Agassi, you see that. 10 chances against the Sampras serve. He's broken just twice. Here's our 6th deuce.
Agassi with a great recovery off the Sampras volley. I mean, it was out of his reach. The crowd here is loving it. Look at this effort. barely getting it with the tip of the racket there. The ball falls right before the line.
And now a break point for Andre Agassi. As a result of that miss.
Ooh, that was a late call. Pete doesn't like it.
Second serve, however. Call stands.
Let's check it out. Oof. Hard to say. He decided to stay back. That's how much respect he has for the Agassi return. And going with the drop shot, cross court. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. That's a play he saw Leighton Hewitt do a lot yesterday, remember?
At this stage, are they thinking, Nico?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it just all about survival?
Believe me, this is a chess match out there. Is that you've been playing for so long that all those thoughts, you instinctively react to it. You just have a solution to each problem, and you have a number of solutions to that problem, and at that same moment, in a fraction of a second, you have to make a decision, and you just go with it instinctively.
And now Sampras again with a game point.
Oh, that was in. I could see it from here.
And Norm Chris not going to touch it from the chair.
Not a chance to touch it, but you can get a look at that. I think it was right on the line. Norm not even flinching.
Agassi turning around and actually saying something to that center linesman himself.
I touched the line.
Sampras's reaction doesn't get the overrule, does. Be a second serve.
Do you know how hard it is for me to get a point on this side? There we go.
Well, finally, we have a winner in the fourth game of the fourth set. And it's Pete Sampras. But that just gets us to 2-all.
Yeah, and Agassi looking good in this set, but don't forget that Pete Sampras is 4 games away from the championship. He's the one with the 2-1 lead.
The sun going down here in New York. Tennis heating up under the lights here in Arthur Ashe Stadium. Agassi serving 2-all, fourth set.
This is what tennis is all about right here. Excellent show.
Sampras now up to 71 winners.
Agassi flinches, and all of a sudden Sampras is in the verge of a break.
Love 30 for Sampras.
Hey, you can't take anything for granted with this two.
Sampras, a little second win.
Sampras barely getting that return over the net.
And Sampras barely missing that shot from Agassi.
And Agassi barely touching the net. It's a barely point.
Agassi comes back from love 30 down.
This is what is great about these guys, you know, they're just going at each other's throat.
Just all out. And now Agassi standing on the verge of holding.
Keep pulling off of that backhand, just not stepping into the ball, hitting with the bottom of the frame.
Well, Agassi, after losing the first 2 points in that game, reels off the last 4. And he moves ahead 3-2 here in the 4th set. 3rd consecutive final. He's every bit of the service box on that second serve.
But remember, this is the tough side for him.
A quick start for Sampras in this game. His 28th ace of the match. 4 times as many as Agassi.
You like your math, huh?
I try, just keep the brain sharp here. Make sure I can do my kids' homework.
40.
Wow.
Sampras now with 29 aces. He gets into 40 love.
Seems to get in trouble when he serves with the win, and when he serves against the win, he just tees it off and they all go in.
Well, a great game for Pete Sampras. 3 aces. He's now got 30 for the match. And it keeps him in the 4th set, 3-all. So no breaks through 6 games here in this 4th set.
Little drama coming up.
And down to the latter stages of the set.
Keep missing a lot more with the forehand now than at the beginning of the match. He can't get enough legs in it. Just all arm. Caught that one early.
15 all.
Now the deep return by Sampras, putting the pressure on the Agassi second serve.
And a chance now for Pete Sampras at 15-30. This is not technically a night match, but Pete Sampras has never lost a night match at the US Open. The lights just seem to bring something out in him. He just misses that. 30 all.
Ooh. He's not going to like to see this one again.
Still a good chance. He can win this point. He'll have a break point. And he's got it. So Pete Sampras will now have a break point Wow, now that call.
You think if you're Agassi, you know that ball was in.
And it would be game over. Sampras a break.
Agassi hurrying up to get the first serve in.
And we've seen both wives sweating it out nervously from their respective positions.
Steph is pacing. Barely missing with the backhand.
Agassi trying to move ahead to 4-3. Sampras searching for the break. And it will be Agassi moving ahead to 4-3.
Classic Pete Sampras point. Going deep with the first volley to close it out with the second. See, he had a tough volley, so he didn't go for much. Just look for depth and no problem putting that one away.
Now 30 love. Sampras had a very easy hold in his last service game. As Nico said, he struggled more from this end of the court. Agassi his first point of this game. 11 double faults now for Sampras. Over 31 aces.
Andrew just has that look about him, you know. And you've been watching him for so long.
I just feel like at this stage Sampras must beat Agassi. He's finished that stage in the match where he's giving it away. Sampras throws in 2 double faults to give Agassi his only 2 points of the game, but it's 30 all. And now an opening for Agassi.
It's like a caged lion back there, Andre, pacing back and forth. And he was not doing that in the first 2 sets.
Well, he hasn't had to move the last 2 points.
But Sampras serving 58% first serves. Not much of a chance of him missing 5 serves in a row.
He gets the game point now, 40-30. Try to get even with Agassi at 4 all.
Agassi finding an opening there off the line. Sampras barely able to put the racket on it, but not enough. He knew it the minute he touched it.
And so another struggle for Sampras on this side of the court.
It's strange he struggles when he serves with the wind.
blowing at his back from the top of the stadium.
Pete taking the risk with the draw volley. Agassi got there with plenty of time.
Agassi overhitting. He just didn't have enough topspin on that. It wouldn't come down.
Just hit it too hard. He had to punch it up the line. That hurt.
And now a game point again for Sampras. Searching for 4-all.
Again, Agassi with the good return from the outside.
Well, we're falling into that pattern again where Sampras wins the deuce points, but can't seem to get the ad points.
Just not getting in far enough. Pete, look where he was standing when he hit that volley. That serve at 110 miles per hour. Going for too much in the second serve.
Wow. And now a break point for Andre Agassi. If he can convert here, he could force this into a 5th and final set by holding serve.
Andre with a little look up there. He was asking for something.
And this point for Agassi would allow him to serve for the set. A must-have point for Sampras.
Pete just putting it out there at 95 miles per hour and saying, if you want it, come and get it. Agassi not able to convert. Not even flinching.
I'm sure there's a lot going on underneath that skin. And now Sampras battles back to game point. Now has been in 100 times in this match. And he closes it out with an ace. Sampras was down break point. But he finds a way to hold. 4-all.
Wow. He dodged the silver bullet there. And Pete hitting out. He knows he's under pressure here to win this set.
Now it's Agassi in the situation where he must hold to avoid having Sampras serve for the match. Of course, Sampras desperate for the break to be able to do that.
A lot of first serves. That's the key for Andre in this game.
Now this is good stuff here. 2 hours and 46 minutes. That was Sampras' 81st winner of the match.
He's going for broke here.
Love 30.
Keep taking his time. Andre plays very fast, and you're supposed to play at the pace of the server, but Pete making Andre bounce the ball a couple of times there.
So Agassi gets his first point of the game, still down 15-30. Well, we've seen Agassi get down love 30 several times in this match, and he continues to be able to battle back. Now 30 all.
Pete looked very sluggish getting back to that backhand corner.
Sampras trying to get that break chance. And a double fault gives Pete Sampras break point.
How about that?
Well, I think we've had a little bit of everything in this match. His wife knows that if Sampras can break here, he would serve for the title.
Ooh. Agassi not wasting any time pulling that first serve in at only 94 miles per hour, but able to sneak this backhand down the line.
Sampras helpless.
Agassi was coming into the net there only for the 11th time in the match. Oh, that's why.
But Sampras keeps coming up with the answers. He'll have another break chance.
Sampras 3 for 6 so far in break chances. Sweet backhand. Same play as last time. The wide serve with the down the line backhand. It worked for Agassi.
Sampras trying to throw up a lob. Hits it way long.
See, Andre knows that Pete's not going to hit that return. He's just going to chip it, and he's going to give him a shot at a short ball. It's just up there for him to execute. Pete just making the return in the court.
Second deuce. 4 all, fourth set. And a third break chance for Sampras now. And he's got it. Pete Sampras will serve for the U.S. Open Championship.
That's one. His first serves. Not putting too much into that one. 102 miles per hour, but very important to get the first serve in. Andre Agassi with 7 Grand Slam titles. Sails long.
And now Sampras 2 points away. As Agassi said in his press conference last night, he's never been one of those who's written Pete Sampras off and gets upset when he hears even some of the former and current players doing that. And Sampras on the verge of proving everyone wrong that has said he should retire.
He's going to be emotional.
His 33rd ace gets him to triple match point.
This is going to be a very emotional win for Pete Sampras if he can get one more point.
3 chances at the U.S. Open Championship if he needs them.
Light bulbs are already flashing.
Agassi stays alive. Two more championship points for Sampras at 40-15. What was it you said, Nico? First serve?
It's the name of the game.
There it is.
Who says these two don't like each other?
Pete Sampras, Bridget Sampras. His 14th Grand Slam. How sweet it is. Sampras heading over to where his wife is sitting. And I'm sure he'll get a little bit of assistance trying to get up there. Sampras going through the photographer's pit, which is where he has to go to get an aisleway to run up there.
He didn't have his credential.
I think they'll let him through. She's looking for him, he's looking for her.
She's not moving.
Sampras and his wife Bridget expecting their first child.
Been through a lot together the past couple of years. Physical trainer Brett Stevens able to get him through this one. Saying hello to family and friends.
Well, he will enjoy this one as long as he can.
Andre, you two guys bring the best out of one another. Congratulations on a great match.
Well, thanks. It's been a great couple weeks here, and Pete just played a little too good for me today, but I will say that the one thing that really made me feel real good out here was it's great to hear New York cheer again. It was beautiful being here.
The king is not dead. They wrote you off about 2 years ago, Pete. You said you had another good Grand Slam in you. You've proven it. Congratulations.
Thank you. I guess I'm back. I mean, I played so well today. Andre brings out the best in me every time I step out with him. The guy's so good. It really, I deserve to have won here because I kind of got in the zone there for a little bit. It felt good, so it was a good win.
The 2002 U.S. Open men's singles champion, Pete Sampras.